Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Who are you and what do you do?
So my name's Thalia. Oh, shit, I've got to make sure I don't do that. My name's Thalia. I am the founder and peer counsellor at Therapy Shmerapy. Therapy Shmerapy is a nationwide telehealth mental health service for people who are neurodivergent LGBTQA+. We provide a non-clinical approach, so all our staff have lived and living experience. Everyone's either trans or gender diverse and LGBTQA+ identifying, and we have a mix of peer workers and counsellors.
Super cool.
Thank you.
I guess to jump right in, what are some common executive functioning challenges that you see within yourself, within your communities?
Yeah, so many, especially working with ADHDers, whether it's motivation, task paralysis, just completing tasks is really, really challenging for people. And it's, I feel like that's definitely the main one. Whether that comes down to remembering what to do, or even just like being able to break stuff down throughout the day. It's super, super challenging. Yeah.
And do those challenges, like in the spaces you're in, kind of follow any themes? Like, is it more day-to-day life tasks or remembering bigger, smaller?
Definitely any and all. The most common that people really seek support for is the day-to-day tasks, because of how deeply that can impact people. When you're struggling to do day-to-day tasks, it's hard to then keep up with the bigger, more momentous
it's like
things.
the building blocks.
And also day-to-day tasks, to an extent, don't really have a sense of urgency that a lot of people look for, because it's things you do every day. So it's like if you miss it one day, oh well. And people get stuck in that pattern.
Yeah, cool. And I guess you are providing a support, and there's so many supports within the system.
Yeah.
Where do you see the gaps for this kind of work?
Oh my gosh, there's a dog coming.
Special guest.
I think a lot of the support, I see two sides to this. A lot of the support that currently exists is not led by people with lived or living experience. So that ends up manifesting into strategies that don't actually work for people, that don't resonate at all, and textbook approaches, not actual personalized approaches that can be implemented into someone's life. And then the second part to it is that a lot of the supports are, when they are lived and living experience led, are based on a screen. And people then get, whether it's like trapped on their phone or laptop, or the notifications from like a mental health app, or their calendar reminders are just being diluted in all the other notifications and things that they're doing, where it's not actually providing the mental change for people to then go, oh, I need to do this thing, and I can do it now. It just becomes 5 more minutes of this. Or
like maybe even an additional task. Like, I know we were talking about paper calendars before, of like, it gets you off screen, but then it's another task you actually need to keep up with. I always keep up with calendars for like a week, and then they end up moving.
No, absolutely. I can't do paper calendars, because I think that's very much an ADHD thing, though, to be fair, because when you can't keep up with it, then it's like we're not doing it properly, so what's the point? And it's too hard to go back. That makes it both.
Lose the streak.
Yeah.
So how do you think a physical tactile device could kind of fill some of these gaps, like Pebbl?
I think having a way for people to switch off, but still stay on track with things that need to be done, is the way forward. I think a lot of people need it, because the reasoning behind why things why people can't turn off their phone for an afternoon, for example, is because of the reminders that they're going to get, or the messages or things like that they need to stay connected for.
Yep.
But with Pebbl, you don't, that is just gone. You don't actually need that anymore.
It's just that stripped right back functionality.
I think also having something that it's really lightweight and portable, so people could keep it on them in whatever way works best for them. Like obviously you've got it on a lanyard, people can keep it on their keys if that works for them.
Yeah.
Or on a carabiner, LGBT, or other ways. You can even just have it in your pocket.
Yeah.
People have like phone charms. It could be a phone charm. Like there's so many. You could put it as an earring. Like literally,
true.
It is so light where you could have it as an earring. It wouldn't pull that much. Where it works, it's so versatile in that way, where people don't have to actually adjust too much to use it. The only thing that you have to adjust is essentially how you're doing your reminders. That's it.
Yeah, cool. And we're still working through the process of the functionality scope of what Pebbl will do. Obviously, Pebbl is not a replacement for an occupational therapist or therapy. It's not conversational. It's not AI. Yeah, what's your take on what Pebbl should be, shouldn't be?
Yeah, I think that's good. I do think that you shouldn't limit yourself for the future, and whatever happens in the future happens. But right now, having it as a practical, like, assistive tech, keyword assistive, like you said, it doesn't actually replace whether it's occupational therapists or therapeutic conversational supports. It can't, because it's literally this, but I mean, for a lot of people, the barrier to be able to go to an occupational therapist or therapeutic support, there's so many barriers, but for a lot of people, some of those barriers is, I'm not going to remember to book the appointment, I'm not going to remember to go to the appointment, I'm not going to remember to leave the house on time to get there if they're going in person. So Pebbl can actually help people even getting to those supports as well, or other things too, work, school, other appointments, friends, family, whatever.
All connected.
Yeah,
so cool. I'm gonna quickly check it's
that
still running going, and then we can.
Is it?
Yep.
Cool.
So good. Do you have any sort of personal stories or reflections around how Pebbl could be useful for you?
Yeah, as someone running a business, and I work 100% from home, having I need to keep to-do lists, and I have lots of tasks to do, not only in my work life but also in my personal life, and having a separate way to separate is really, really important. And right now I have things that work, but they're not perfect. A lot of it relies on paper as well, which I would like to not use ideally, and also the visual clutter of having a calendar where I have my work and my personal in the one space means that I can't switch off. Even on the weekend when I'm checking my calendar for what I'm doing, I can see all the work stuff for the week after. And so having Pebbl, where it's still all in one place, but it removes that visual clutter of, you can see everything that's going to happen, I feel like would be really good for that work-life balance separation for me. But I can also see for other people, like managing overwhelm as well. Just sometimes a big part of the issue, definitely for me, is you can like have your to-do list or all your reminders, but when you can see them all, it's a lot. And that then makes you feel like I can't do it all. But if you can just have like an assistive tech like Pebbl, where it supports you and it prompts you, and with your own like intuition and capacity, you space it out when you talk to it, then it would work well.
And Pebbl has a companion app as well, where you can configure seeing what's on in the day, what's on in the next hour, the next week.
Yeah.
Because I really relate to that, looking at my week top down, work and personal, and just being like, so much.
There's another dog, FYI.
Oh. Do you have any sort of personal stories or reflections around how Pebbl could be useful for you?
Yeah. As someone running a business and I work 100% from home, having I need to keep to-do lists, and I have lots of tasks to do, not only in my work life but also in my personal life, and having a separate way to separate is really, really important. And right now I have things that work, but they're not perfect. A lot of it relies on paper as well, which I would like to not use, ideally. And also the visual clutter of having a calendar where I have my work and my personal in the one space means that I can't switch off.
Yeah.
Even on the weekend when I'm checking my calendar for what I'm doing, I can see all the work stuff for the week after. And so having Pebbl where it's still all in one place, but it removes that visual clutter of, you can see everything that's going to happen. I feel like would be really good for that work-life balance separation for me, but I can also see for other people, like managing overwhelm as well. Just sometimes a big part of the issue, definitely for me, is you can like have your to-do list or all your reminders, but when you can see them all, it's a lot. And that then makes you feel like I can't do it all. But if you can just have like an assistive tech like Pebbl where it supports you and it prompts you, and with your own like intuition and capacity, you space it out when you talk to it, then it would work well.
And Pebbl has a companion app as well where you can configure seeing what's on in the day, what's on in the next hour, the next week. Because I really relate to that, looking at my week top down, work and personal, and just being like, so much.
There's another dog, FYI.
All right, curly question, but what do you see as the future for mental health care and disability supports in Australia and the world?
I think disability supports and disability rights across the world, not just in Australia, are so far behind rights for so many other groups. So often do disabled people get left out of conversation and not considered for things. And I mean, if we're going to talk more locally, like the NDIS and the changes that have happened in the past few years are like a really big step backward. However, even through all of that, now more than ever, we're seeing disabled people leading services in mental health, and other health services too, like starting their own. And that's really cool. I think, and that's across all sorts of disabilities, not just, I mean, autistic people are definitely doing it a lot, but there's also a lot of people with chronic health issues, physical disabilities as well, where, now more than ever, we're having leaders actually come out and do their own thing. It's not perfect. We still need to work within the systems that we live in. But it's better than it used to be, that's for sure. More options.
I really feel
for people.
like lived experience is starting to be properly recognised as
as actually important. Especially in mental health. Even physical health too, not necessarily from like the top down, but the bottom up, where a lot of people, at least conversations that I have, people want to go to like a GP who is LGBTQIA plus as well, and if they are, or who understands EDS, if they have EDS, because of their own experiences, or being a carer for someone who's experienced that. People actually seek that and they prefer it. It makes people feel more comfortable before they even walk through the door. So that's definitely newer, especially in comparison to mental health, where like peer workers have been around for a really, really long time. Now they're finally starting to get their flowers, but it's been a thing for a really long time. But yeah.
Yeah, it's such a big topic to try and summarize in a question. But yeah, lots to be done. I really liked what you touched on there in relation to like, it's almost expected, necessary, required of successful businesses now to be thoughtful.
Yes.
Like shock horror.
Yes.
But like for practices to continue to have participants, clients, they need to be considerate of these diverse needs and representation.
100%. And having or being able to be like flexible with people and working with what they need, because I think even for Therapy Shmerapy, for example, we do things one way in the sense that it's telehealth, which is a big like accessibility plus for a lot of people.
Yeah,
it's a no for some because tech's hard. Or people who are usually not verbal or at all sometimes, where like talk therapy is not the preferred mode. But having different ways of accommodating people who, particularly a lot of us like high masking autistic people who like are actually leaning more non-verbal than we realize, having options for like writing to me like an email in the morning so you don't have to talk through everything, or using the chat function.
It's like getting creative.
Having support people in the session as well if needed, whatever needs to be done. And I think Pebbl is similar in the way where you're thinking about like the companion function, and also like very clearly you're thinking about different ways of doing things, which is great.
I love that. More lived experience, more creativity, more adaptability, I guess, in the way that we do things. Huge. What's next for Pebbl, for the project, do you think?
You have to, like, it's only been 4 or 5 weeks, right? And so much has happened in 4 or 5 weeks. So I think what needs, like, you just need to launch it, but also just enjoy the roller coaster that's about to happen, because so much has happened in the past like month or so. Who knows? And I feel like that can be both daunting and exciting.
It's both. It's like a roller coaster, literally. So cool. Would you like to try Pebbl?
Yes, please.
So you just hold down this button and it'll pulse, and then it's listening.
Cool. Hold on. The lanyard. I need to figure out how I want to hold this. Set a reminder to do the laundry.
Do the laundry. For when?
2 p.m. today.
I'll remind you today at 2 p.m.
Woo! Fun. Actually,
awesome.
do need to do that, Wiki. We'll be doing that at 2 p.m.
Oh, so good. Well, thank you so much.
No, of course. Yay. Please tell me that recorded.